But are you also looking at holistic development? If you can't project it, you can't explain that to your audience or to your clients, it's not really going to matter. There are some core skill sets which all the consulting firms look forward to. Don't just look at the compensation. Try to highlight your key projects and internships well. My name is Jaideep Singh Bajwa. I am passed out of the 2013-14 batch from SOIL. Currently, I'm working as a team manager at Bain Company. I had a work experience of around 3 years before I joined SOIL. And post that, I got a placement with eValueServe from SOIL itself, where I worked firstly as a senior business analyst and then worked my way up to a manager. So after working for around 6 to 7 years within eValueServe, I wanted to try my hand at consulting. And that's where I got a chance to interview at Bain Company, and I got a role of a project lead, and then I worked there for a couple of years, and then again I'm currently working as a team manager within Bain Company, handling multiple teams. So my experience at SOIL was good both from a professional and as a personal level. I think I learned not only the basics and fundamentals of, let's say, what an MBA course teaches you, but I also learned the human aspect of things, such as developing my emotional quotient, working on my communication skills, which was a key kind of a skill which I lacked before as well. So that 1 year was very grueling in terms of the intense in terms of the course, but I think I learned multiple facets in terms of building my professional as well as my personal growth. I think I was a big believer of compassion even before I joined SOIL, and I think that 1 year and different courses taught me to basically how to look into myself as well, how to look at people and how to basically evaluate them. One important skill that I've taken from SOIL is, again, it has helped me increase my emotional quotient, evolve my emotional quotient so that I can apply it to my professional life as well. Anybody who's looking for an MBA program, I think first you need to look at what do you want from MBA program. I think definitely learning from a technical aspect will definitely be there. The foundational skills definitely any MBA program will tell you. But are you also looking at holistic development? Do you also want something which you can relate when you're working across teams, right? I think what SOIL teaches you is how do you communicate with people, how do you empathize with them. That itself is an additional point that SOIL gives you over and above a regular MBA. If you talk about, let's say, compensation, I think that's an important factor when considering an MBA school. That is important, but I think you also look at what you are looking for getting an MBA. MBA is not just about reading up on technical aspects and skills, right? It's also an wholesale development as well. So look at from that aspect, and also look at from perspective you'll be learning from your peers as well. I think one important aspect for me was that I learned a lot from my peers when I was here at SOIL, right? So I had peers who had almost like starting off with 2 years experience, ranging almost to around 8 years of experience, right? So I think experiential learning is something definitely you should cater into your evaluation when you're doing for, let's say, an MBA program. And I think SOIL for me ticked all the boxes on that front. An entry into a consulting firm is two ways, right? Of course, one is through campus, and of course, there the limitation would be that they already have set number of campuses that they might want to go to. The other entry would be through lateral, right, where you work in a different firm for a couple of years, build up the experience, and then you, let's say, apply to, let's say, a consulting firm. There are some core skill sets which all the consulting firms look forward to. Of course, quantability is one of them, communication is one of them. How easily are you able to tackle the business problem, right? So I think your problem solving ability is also an important aspect that they look forward to. Communication is a very important aspect of a consultant's life. I think you could be brilliant at your core skills, such as working on Excel or technical skills, right? But if you can't project it, you can't explain that to your audience or to clients, it's not really going to matter, right? So I think communicating your ideas and communicating your insights is a very important skill that you need to master as a consultant. My typical day at Bain Company, we have our morning check-ins where everybody on the team gets together and we try to understand what we need to solve for that particular day. Ideating what needs to be done. We create, let's say, a work plan in terms of dividing the different tasks and what do we need to deliver as part of an output, right? And during the course of a day, of course, we have meetings with clients, understanding from the clients what are the typical challenges they're facing, or to get a deeper understanding of what the data is. And the second half of the day is basically goes into number crunching, right? We try to look at the data, we analyze it, devise some kind of output from it as well. The last bit is, of course, putting all of that into visible output, which could be, let's say, an Excel model or, PPT presentation. don't just look at the compensation. I think we spend a lot of time focusing on the compensation, whether I feel that is important. Look at from a perspective that are you able to, let's say, get what you want additionally as well. A lot of times, people do an MBA when they want to shift, let's say, from a technical kind of a core job to, let's say, a more management focused job as well. The money will eventually come. We need to spend more time in terms of getting the work X initially, developing our core skills, technical skills, working across team different projects. Once you move up, of course, gradually you will get that competence factor as well. But I think in terms of preparation for interviews, I would generally say focus on the core skills, work on your communication, try to highlight your key projects and internships well. That goes a long way in terms of your evaluation as well. And be transparent, be as authentic and as real as you are. Interviewers can easily understand when you're not telling the truth. My advice would be authentic, highlight your key internships, key projects that you've done in a way that the other person understands. Put it from perspective, what is the problem, what is your approach, and what is the result. So if you frame your entire journey in that matter, the interviewer will understand, okay, what is the effort that you had actually put in.